Hello everyone, welcome to the God Stack. A new day.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the God Stack.
Bruno, how are you?
New
How
day.
was your day?
Hello everyone. The day was good. A lot of a lot of things to do, but was good.
Nice. And well, for me, it was a really busy day. It was the first day in the new project that I'm working with the people from Germany. So it was really nice. They are really nice people with a lot of knowledge, and it's a really complex project. Really complex project. There's a lot of APIs with connections and renderings and a lot of things. But I'm really happy with that. I will learn a lot, and I will well, it will be really nice. And they use Node.js, they use React, they use GraphQL, and all of that. So it's really the stack I love to work with. And yeah, that's it.
Very cool. Nice.
Well, so a little bit of talking, and now a little bit of coding. I don't remember, guys, if you know, but I will. Well, first of all, hello Debs, welcome to the God Stack. Hello Guy, that was here just in the time. Albus was here as well. So hello everyone, welcome to the God Stack. And well, in the last sessions that we worked with, we did well. Actually, in the last live was really dense, isn't it? Was a really dense live. We did a
Yes,
lot
we
of
did a
things.
lot of things.
Yeah, we did a
Yeah.
lot of things. Let me just open the chat in here so I can see the chat in the mobile. It's a better view. Nice, nice. Oop, this. So the last live was very dense because we explained the atomic design concept, and we worked with connecting to the backend. And what we've done was kind of simple. The first thing we've created in the Docker compose, we added to the SPA. What? This one. So we added. Where's the Docker compose? Yeah, the SPA. So we added these two environment variables. So we added HTTP API URL and HTTP SPA URL, and of course in the SPA, in the scripts, we added these two variables in the project environment variables, so we could get this information and add it to the environment index.js file. So now we have two more variables here that we can use. One is to point to itself, and one to point to the backend. And then we added the Apollo config. So with Apollo config, it's possible to connect to backend. So we've created the client, and we added a in-memory cache. So we could use all the things that will be fetched by the backend. Will be used the memory to do that. And in the index, of course, we added the Apollo provider, wrapping all our front end and passing the client that we've created into the Apollo config. And now with that, it is possible to do things just like that. So we can use the use mutation. Okay, that's a function that you can use to connect to the backend. So you can use this function to require a GraphQL. Which GraphQL is going to be? The one that you pass here. So in order to have that, we needed to create that GraphQL. So we added in the GQL. So we added this GQL in the mutations. So we've created these structures, so mutations, user login. So now I'm gonna have all these, I will be able to log in passing username and passwords. The only thing that's different is these. So this is for the React, okay? So I do mutation and then I open parentheses and I end it. Everything that I pass here, this with the $sign, it's variables that I can use in React. So I will pass and I'm saying this is a string and it's mandatory, this is a string, it's mandatory. So both of this information I will pass to username and password in the mutation that we already have, okay? And this information will be sent to the backend, and the backend will return for us the token, okay? And what do we do with the token? Right now we are saving the token into the local storage. So we are saving it, the token and refresh token, we are saving it into the local storage. But now another thing that we need to do is, if we have the then, we need to have, of course, a catch, okay? Because things maybe have some problems, okay? So for example, let me go to the SPA and develop from inside of the SPA. Nice. And then I will just use that. We just go back and then let's do what we always do. Docker compose app. Okay, so let's clean everything and do the Docker compose app. Everything's go up. So everything's going up, and up. There we go. It is. So if we go to, let me get some. Okay. So if we go to the spa.local.tgs.com, and if we do that, actually I have the information, so it's already in the no, we didn't do that. Okay, so let's go to login. There we go. So if I pass a user that's a correct user, it's gonna log in the user, so I will have the token and refresh token. And of course the next thing you wanted to do it's to go to some kind of page. So if you logged successfully, you wanted to go to some kind of page. We are just going to go to the root folder. That's the home page. Okay. VH Pinheiro, welcome to the Godstack. Thank you for the follow. Hello there, smart one. Windward Hive. Hello, Windward Hive. Welcome to the Godstack. Welcome to the live. Hope you enjoy it. Well, so the next thing that we need to do when you finish this, well, actually, let's do the error first. So if I don't send a right, did I? Yeah. So if I don't send any a user and password that's not correct, I'm going to receive back an error. Okay, it's gonna be this error. Again, this is one of the things that people don't understand about GraphQL. I have my API, and in my API I receive a 200. Okay, and there is an error. Why am I receiving a 200 when there is an error? Well, we actually discussed that when we were talking about the API, but the concept of the HTTP protocol, it's about the transport, it's not about what happens in the server. Unless the server is really down, so what are you gonna do? The transport is gonna say, hey, the server is really down, but what happens inside the server should not be responsibility of the transport layer. You know, you have a lot of different layers when you're trying to create a communication between two different computers connected through the internet, and the transport layer is not the one responsible to give you the sign that, for example, the user and password is not valid. So the GraphQL, I believe, okay, it's discussable. A lot of people can discuss about that, but I believe that GraphQL does it in the right way. So I will just answer you with 200 because the transport was okay. So I could transport the message from the client to the backend. The backend received the message, the backend processed the message, and the backend answered something. And then the transport was okay again, going back. And then I received a message, and this message has the data and the errors. Okay. So we need to treat this error. Okay, we need to treat this error, and I just want to show you something. So I will receive the error. Okay, and I will just console log the error, so we will see what kind of error we have. So let's do that. Remove a little bit of mine, and there you go. So you're going to receive this error with GraphQL errors inside. So you can get that from here, from the GraphQL errors. So in my application, let's just do that, and then let's just say error, just GraphQL errors. There you go. So if we save it and if we do again, let's just do that. There you go. So I'm going to receive an array of errors. And why do I receive an array of errors instead of just receiving one error? Because when you are working with GraphQL, you don't need to do just one. You don't need to require one thing to the backend. You can require a lot of things. So let me try to show that to you. Insomnia. There we go. So we have Insomnia, and let's just get user login, for example. I can do that, but actually inside of the user login, I can do refresh token, for example. Okay, I can just do that, token and refresh token, and then I can do like refresh token. It's gonna be like that, for example. Okay, so I can do more than one at the same time. I can request more than one thing to the backend at the same time. So if I do that, okay, so as you can see, I've received an error, so it's invalid refresh token, and I've received a data as well. So in the data, I received that user login, it's wrong, and refresh tokens, user login, it was successful, so I've received token refresh token, and then the second thing I've returned it as null. So again, this is one of the real amazing things about GraphQL. You don't need to ask to the backend for just one resource. You can ask for as many resources you want to. The only thing is, if it's a mutation, it's just mutations, and if it's queries, should be queries just like that. So I can actually just get users from here. I'm not going to pass these. So again, you can, as I told you, you cannot ask for mutations and query at the same time, but you can ask a lot of mutations and a lot of queries, and it doesn't need to be one or two. You can ask as many as you want. Okay, so just take care, because as much more you request, as much more processing you have in the backend. So just make sure that you are doing the right thing. Okay, so I can just like do a query and request the, yeah, my user is not, but okay, no problem. You can just do that again, and actually if I don't require, you could do something like that, and you can even name the requests you are doing with different name if you want to. So this is gonna be user 1, the user 2, for example, and then you have the errors. In the 0 you will have the path user 1 and the path user 2. So this is the error for user 1, this is the error for user 2. This is the reason you always give back the path as well. So this is one of the features about GraphQL that I love most. So it's not that you can build your GraphQL in just one QL on the backend. You can actually create a lot of different GraphQLs, and this is gonna give you back a lot of different and specific datas. And this is gonna be really, really, really useful for everyone working with that in the future. For example, when you work with a dashboard, you have a dashboard with a lot of data. You have different graphs and different informations, and most of the information that it's in the dashboard, it's compiled. So you don't want all the user data. You want users by country, you want users by state or something like that, for region or something like that. So you can actually group a lot of different GraphQLs and make a very, very, very powerful response to the front end. So you give the freedom to the front end. You say, hey, if you want to request things to me, you are free to do in the way you want to. So the backend, it's not more strict. The backend, it's not the one making the rules anymore. The backend is just saying, hey, I'm resource, you come here, you ask for what you want, and I will give you back. And it's really easy to do that. Again, one of the things that I love most about GraphQL is really easy to fetch information and create whatever you want to create. It's really beautiful. Okay. Got it, Bruno?
Got it. So far, so good.
It's interesting, isn't it? The way that GraphQL
Yes,
works.
of course, of course.
Yeah.
It's very cool, this feature that you can fire multiple mutations, multiple queries
Yeah.
inside of the same.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
as we are working with just one query, I know that the 0 is where I want to get the information. So of course, this will be in the 0, and let's just get, for example, the message. Okay, and let's see what's gonna happen now. So let's just do something else. So there we go. I have invalid username and password. Okay, so instead of using console log, what I'm gonna do, const error message equals use state. Then I'm going to use state. So I will create a state, and this state will start with a empty string. Okay, and actually it's not just like that, it's just like that, error and set error message. There we go. So now I can use this function to, instead of doing that, I can use this. So I will set the error message just like that. Okay, so if I receive any kind of error message, I will set the error message in the state I've created. So let's just check that. So let me do that error message. It's gonna be just like error message. I'm gonna pass it to the form. Okay, so let's go to the form, organisms, and let's go to the form. So the form is gonna receive the error message. So let's just add the error message here. It's gonna be probe types, and then it's gonna be a string. It's not mandatory. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna add a div here. There you go. So let's just put that in here. Yeah. So well, actually I can do that. Okay, so error message, and then let's just do the error message. Okay, what I'm doing here, what I'm doing is, with that I'm saying, if I have the error message, I want this to be printed in the screen. Okay, this is what this React means. So if I have a message, do that. Okay, so, and if I don't, you will not do anything. So it is simply ignore. Okay, so this is a condition for JavaScript that you can use. So again, there we go. My web page is working properly. If I made a mistake, set error message is not a function. What?
This is kind of a hack of the React, right? Because for those who are familiar to the JavaScript, when you want to any other language too, but the JavaScript, if you want to test two conditions, you can use this and operator, but this is actually trying to validate the first condition, and instead of another condition, he's just rendering.
Yeah. In the past, we
It's
could have that. That means if this part is true, I'm gonna do this part. If this part is false, I'm gonna do that. Okay. So we could use this kind of thing, but this null, it's like annoying for a lot of people. So now we are working with these kind of things. So you just use two of these things, and then it's just do the second. And you can actually make a chain of that. So you could do like message and password and username. What it's gonna do is, the error message is present, okay. The password is present, okay. The username is present, so okay. And then it just go to the next and next and next, and the last one, it's gonna be the one rendered. The answer is always gonna be the last one, okay. So this is just an example that you can use. So again, let's just test it. So if I receive, there we go. Now I'm receiving a message, ampersand. These things, ampersand. You mean that the name of that it's ampersand? Both of them or just one of them? Let me just ampersand. Let's see what's that. Yeah, it's just one. Nice. Thank you, Albus, very much. I didn't
Thanks,
remember,
Albus.
yeah, the name in
I'm,
English.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot of English. Last week I learned square brackets, so
Square brackets, yeah, brackets, square brackets. The one I always forget about, it's the um, well, I forgot again. It's the uh, it's this one. I always forget the name of that. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, this one is comma, and I always forget this one. Training comma or something like. Well, it's okay. Somebody in the chat will say the name of that in a minute. Okay, so now I can use the state. So this is a good use for the state. Don't use semicolon. Nice. So this is semicolon and this is colon. Perfect. Yeah. This is a perfect use for state. I mean something. Thank you very much, Albus. As always, Albus is always on point. This is the perfect use for state. This means for the use state. This means that when you need something to change according some state that's gonna happen to your application, and not using state for inputs, for example. Just write that down somewhere. If I'm going to use inputs, I'm going to use useRef. If I'm going to use something that changes according to some kind of state it's coming from the backend or it's inside my application, you use the use state. Okay, so for inputs it's always use have, because the use have, it's not going to render your application every time you make it.
you type something.
Yeah, you type
for
something
example.
or you change. So you reduce the numbers of rendering in your application using use have instead of using the use state. Okay, and this is how we are going to handle the errors in our application. Okay, another thing that we want to do, so let's save it and let's just check if it's really nice, it's working. Okay, and of course we have a error here, and I'm just using a div. A nice thing to do, if you ask me, a really nice thing to do, it would be create a error wrapper. Okay, so you could use a div, and this div would be a error wrapper, and now we can decide if this error wrapper is gonna be something inside of here, or it's gonna be something generic and general, or instead of creating a error message, you can pass to the div some props. Okay, so you have these three different ways to approach the problem. So let's try to do the first one. For example, I'm just going to use and create an error wrapper. Okay, so let's do that. It's going to be a styled div. Div. Okay, and okay, error wrapper, and then let's just get this error wrapper and put it in here. There you go. So now I have an error wrapper, and let's just do display flags, and I don't know if I, yeah, just align the things. I just like to align the things in the center, and let's just align self in the center as well, and color. Color, it's gonna be, let's just get the color from the theme to make it more pretty. So let's just get a theme, and this is gonna be a theme colors. We need to create the colors action actually. So let's just add these here, right? So of course I need to get these from const equal use my context, and inside of these I will have the theme. Okay, and then I just get this guy and add these to the error message. Nice. Now I have the oh, it's imported perfectly. This is really awesome. Nice. So I'm just actually going to get both of these things and go down. Okay, started component. Remember, when you are doing the import things, always import first things that comes from the Node modules, and then you import things that comes from your own application. Okay, because things that it's in the Node modules does not change, and it's easier to organize the memory, and then the things that's in your application, it's always changing, so you're always changing code and all that, so it needs to recompile all over again. So it's better for the software. It's gonna make it a little bit faster if you do first the Node modules and then everything else from your application. Okay, so try to do that always. It's a good practice. Let's add to our themes. So let's get to the TGS. Then we have the color. Instead of just using this one, what I want to create inside of here, it's a good color scheme. Okay, so let's just do that instead of, let's create here colors. Okay, and then inside of the color, let's call something actions. Okay, and inside of the actions we will have neutral, and then we will choose some color, and then we have success. Okay, and then we have some colors, and then we need for warning, and then we use some colors, and then error, and then we use some colors. Okay, for neutral, let's just get this one here, it's better. So I'm just going to use that. There is a plugin in that we installed. That's colors or something. I never remember the name of that. Color highlight. I don't remember if it's this one. But it seems that's not this one. There is another one that's better. Let's just use this one and check what happens. So yeah, this one. There you go. So I use the color highlight to do that for me. So when you go to you're gonna see the colors. Okay, so this is gonna be a red for color, for error, yellow for warning, green for success, and blue for an error. So blue for neutral. So let's actually copy all these things, and then let's add it to here. Okay, so I will have colors action and error. And let's go back there, colors dot actions dot her. Oop, my mouse just ran away. So there we go. Let me save these. Okay, so colors, actions, and error. Colors, actions, and errors. Perfect. So let's test it. So let's see what happens if we just change it. There you go. Now it's reddish. Okay. And that's it actually. So if we log in now, we want to go to a different page. So if you want to do that, you can use the history to do that for you. The React Outer DOM, that's the library that we use to create a outing in our application. What does mean outing? When you are in your website, and for example, this is the root folder, the root application, but when you have to log in, for example, you want to use something to help you to work with that. And the library that does that for you is React Outer DOM. And the React Outer DOM has React Outer DOM, there we go, has a hook called use history. Okay, this one. So you can actually use this use history to get from this the history. Okay, so let's do that. History, it's gonna be like that. Okay, and with the history, I can do like history.push. Okay, and then go somewhere, some kind of out that you're going to decide which out it's gonna be. So if you log in, when you successfully log in, it's gonna send you to the home page. Okay, if you have any mistake in your login, there you go. So it's gonna say, hey, it's invalid username or password. Okay, there you go. That's what we are gonna do. But the history is gonna be used all around our application. So instead of using this like that, so doing the import of this every time, I'm just going to go to my use contacts and I just add it here. So I'm just going to do that const history. It's gonna be use history. Okay, and then I will just add the history to my use contacts, and in my login page, instead of getting the history from the user history, I will just do const and then get it from use my contacts. Nice. So I will now get, okay, it's gonna be like that, and then I will get the history from there. There you go. And why do I do that? Because I can mock my use context. When we do the tests, I can mock the use context to get some kind of history back for us if we want to mock it for any reason at all. Okay, so in the future, I was just thinking about architecture and all of that, but in the future it will be really nice to get, for example, even the components and use the hook use my contacts to get the components from there, so you can mock it. But I've never had the necessity to do that. So when I do the tests, all the tests just work without the need to do that. So all the things that I need to mock every time, instead of just importing directly, I use the use my context and I do all the things in there. We will see when the tests come. Okay, so history push, that there you go, we have these. So in the home page, I just want to add here, instead of content, let's get a button. So I can get the button from components. Okay, so let's add a button, and then I can get on. Let me remember, because VS Code is not getting it. I don't have actually. So what I want here, it's a on click. On click, there you go. On click, it's gonna do the on click. Okay, and then I will just get the on click from here, and that's add here. It's gonna be prop types, and this is gonna be a function, and it's not mandatory, because now I can get the on click, there you go, and then I can just let's just call it logout. Okay, it's not gonna be here forever. It's just because I want to create a strategy to log out. Okay, so when I log out, I'm just going to do local start dot clear. There you go, and right, there you go. So I'm just going to log in, and when I click on the space is just in the left, not in the right. Let's just get that. Why? Just curious. Why do we have a space? This is the button, okay. I have 5 pixels margin. What? Ah, it's getting outside. Oh, I'm not going to think about that right now. But the logout, as you can see, if you go to the application, and you're gonna see that you have all this kind of information. If you just log out, it's gonna clear everything. Okay, and the reason of that, it's because in the home page, I want to check if the user is logged in. So if the user is logged in, I will let the user see the page. If not, I want to send the user to log in. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is to create another folder. It's called Utils. Alright, and then into the Utils, let's create a folder, and let's call it it's gonna be a function. So it's gonna be camel case. So check log in. So you will, so you check if the user is logged in. Okay, so index.js, and inside of these, let's import. Let's import the. No, I don't need that. Just going to create the const. It's gonna be check logged in. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be like that. Okay, so if I don't have the local store dot get item, and it's gonna be the token. So if I don't have the token, I want to return false. Okay, and then return true. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to do that right now. Oh, and then I can export export default, and then the checked logged in, and I'm going to do what I always do. So let's create an index here, .js, and then export from, and then let's just get it from checked logged in. Then here default as check logged in. There you go. So now I have this function exported. I can go back to the home page, and then I can import that. Import okay, from Nodejs. So let's get checked logged in. Okay, and then what I need to do, let's just console log for now. Console log the execution of this function, and we're gonna see. So okay, so I'm receiving a false. Okay, I'm receiving a false, so I'm not logged in. So let's do that. Let's log in. Let's log in and see what happens. Now it's true. Okay, perfect. So the only thing that I need to do now, I need to go to login, and the thing is, I will use the history. Okay, I will use the history to check if I'm logged in or not. Okay, so I will go here, and I will do like if this return me that the person is not logged in. Instead of returning the page, I'm just going to return new. Okay, so let's see what happens now. I'm logged in. If I clean it, I will just receive anything back. Okay, but I don't want to do just that. The next thing that I want to do, I want to make the person goes to I need to use the history. So let's import the history, and right here I'm not yeah, I can get it from there. So const and use my context. There you go. And okay, and I can get, okay, it's gonna be like that, yeah, and I can get the history here. Okay, and then now this function when I come here, I will just do push to login. Okay, so the first, yeah, it's already actually working. So if I go back to the root folder, it's gonna see that I'm not logged in, and then it's gonna push me to login. And if I log in, it's gonna show the page, and if I log out, it's gonna clear everything. Okay, so of course, when you have the home page and you do the clear, you should actually do the history thing as well. So const this equals use my context. Okay, and then let's just get the history from here, and let's just do that history dot push login. Okay, nice. So if I log in, it's gonna log me in. If I click log out, it's gonna push me to the login screen. Okay, it's a very simple flow of our application, but it's a very powerful one. You will use a lot of these in your application. So you can use this function to make you understand in all your application if you are logged in or not. you just call it, and it's gonna give you back true or false. Okay, so if you're logged in, true or false. Right now, if you are not logged in, it's gonna to push you directly to login. But in different applications, you would not have that. You will just have the return true or false and let the page do what it wants to. For example, uh, if you wanted people to have access to the homepage, but some parts of the homepage you want to show just for people that are logged in, and some parts of the pages you don't want to show to people that are not logged in. So you're gonna use it like true or false, and then you check it to see if it's there or if it's not, and then it's gonna show parts of the application or not. Okay, but right now for us, this is what this is actually what we want. Okay, I believe that we could what we okay, and then let make my user the beaver. I will just make my user a administrative user.
When you access the homepage without without a token, right?
Yeah.
If he's firing that function, check if it's authenticating and pushing back to the login. Is that right?
Yeah, just like here.
Yeah.
So in my homepage, I have this function. This function will execute the login, the check login. So if it's logged in or not. If it is, if it's not, it's going to return null. So.
But every protected page, you're gonna have to do that, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I have an approach for that.
Yeah.
I like this approach because we don't need to do that. I will share with you. Let me see here.
You can have access to this. Are you with the
But is more complex. Yes. Where's your roots? It's kind of that, Albus, but is a private route component. So instead of the root components that you import in the routes file, you're gonna have a private route component, and this component will be the responsible to pass to check if the user is authenticated and
login.
pass.
Bruno, log in into the VS
Okay.
Code, and you can.
I will create a new file. Passed. I have in my GitHub, so I will pass in some file.
You mean using the routes to do that for you?
Yes. Because I don't like it, I don't like the user being able to even reach the page. Because if something is triggering in that page, maybe
Yeah.
could.
This is the reason I do the return null. If this is not true, so it's not going to reach this part.
But sometimes that page is a child of something that has a private request, you know. Maybe could give us an issue.
Yeah.
I
Just
am in the
connect
VS
to
Code.
the VS Code and let's do that together
I am
and
in the VS
see the
Code.
result and. Hmm?
Try to call me in there.
Let me just
Invite me.
invite. Need to copy it to.
Or send me the link. Maybe it's better.
Yeah, I can send you Kurt. There you go. So let's just go back.
And I like to see something strange there
But you
too.
actually in my list. You're just not you're just not
This
available.
live share don't work properly.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Invite by email. Contacts still loading. Sign out. Let me just.
Joining now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. You actually joined it in. Perfect.
Okay.
There you go.
Let me.
Let me just follow. Yeah, I will follow you now. Okay. So, what will be
Actually,
the approach?
I will create a new file
Okay.
just with an example with what I do.
Okay.
Did you see? I didn't save it.
This
I
is
don't know
this is
if I need to save it to be to you to be able to see. Check if there's some new file
where.
in the update in the tabs See if there's a new file in the tabs. You have a lot of files open.
Ah, got it.
Try to see if in the
I don't know.
end
Would
have a
be.
new file.
Uh,
No?
Let me close all. And, well, actually, I'm
Or
following
maybe I
you.
can.
I'm
I,
following
I,
you. So
I
you are
will
in the homepage right now.
I will create a new
Okay.
component inside of pages.
Side of pages. Okay.
Okay, and that will be called private private alt. Okay,
There you go. It is here.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Nice. There.
Did you see?
In kind of. Yeah.
Okay, and let me explain a little bit. I like to do alt context. Okay, in this alt context, we'll have logic there to check if I have my if I have my token inside my local storage. It will have the login function that will be responsible to save the token and copy that token and put it in state and share this state with the other components. And we'll have the logout function also. Uh, Logout will be responsible to manage the token, erase that from the browser, and this provider will be responsible to share the token and the user information to the other components too. So here I'm using just to check if I have a token. So I'm taking the token from use out context and check. This is if you see here, we are importing redirect and route from React to Rotterdam,
Yeah.
and I'm extending the route and creating a private route. So this private route component will check if the token exists, and if it exists, he will he will render the component that I am asking for, right? And pass the props that he is receiving. If not, I will redirect to path name slash login. So uh, the user will never reach the component that is private if I don't have the token. I like this approach, but because the user never reach the page. So how what do you think about that? Did you understand? Did you get
Yes,
it?
yes, I did. Uh, mm,
The token don't have to come from context. You can grab the token from the local storage too.
yeah. Seems to be. Mm, no, it's not the same thing, but. Uh, it's a good approach. I got it
Did
because if you have the token, it's gonna
did you
yeah
see that route? It's the same thing that we have in the routes file.
yeah
This is just extending and pass to the render prop a function,
yeah
right?
uh,
If I have the token,
yeah.
render this component. If I don't have the token, redirect to login.
Well, I like to use the things, so let's use it. Okay, let's use it and see all the things, and then we can think together.
Let me
Yeah.
okay. Let me just change something here
Okay.
because it will be
Okay.
easy to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can be token. Perfect. Nice.
Right.
Right.
Component is missing documentation.
Yeah. Okay. So I will pass the component. Yeah. Got it.
I don't as links mm,
Yeah. I don't think that we need the state right now, isn't it?
state. Like
They state this one. I don't think that we need that.
this is it's there for a
Yeah.
purpose. Because if I try to go to dashboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh,
Try
let,
try
let
to talk
imagine
next to
something.
try to talk next to the microphone.
Okay,
Yeah.
better now?
Much better. Much better.
Much better. Okay, imagine something. I want to go to the dashboard, but I'm not logged in,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So I type in my website .com slash dashboard,
Yeah.
and but it's a private route.
Yeah.
And but after I put my credentials, I want
To
that uh,
to go back to
I want
dashboard.
to be redirected to the dashboard, not the home page, right?
Yeah.
In this way, with this state, I can check if I have props location from, I have the state from, so I want to go somewhere. I will not redirect for the default location, not the home page. I will redirect for the page that the user wanted. This way.
Nice. Really nice. Really nice. So where do you get the props from? It's
Um,
red right now because.
the props
No.
comes
It's
from,
yeah. I'm sorry. It's here. I
yes.
got it. Yeah. I got it. It's
He's
here.
just complaining
Yeah. About
because
the props
I
friendly.
don't use I don't use the same as link, so he's
Yeah, I'm just going to,
complaining with
yes,
something.
let me just do something here. Let's just import pro types from pro types, okay, and then let's just get these and do the what dot pro type. It's gonna be let me just get it from here because I don't remember my mind. It's always a small one, big one, and okay, it's this one. So let's go back here and do that. Okay, prop types, and then let's just get the component, and this is gonna be prop types dot any, and is required. Okay, let's just make these. Let's just understand this. Location is missing the props validation. Okay, so we need location here as well, and it's gonna be prop types dot string, and it's not required. It's better. And now let's just do the entire file. Okay. Now there you go. Perfect. Okay. Do you think it's gonna work?
Yes, we just need to, instead of use the route inside of the routes file, we need to import the private route and
Do that. You can
change.
do that.
Let me see in the VS Code because I'm seeing the light. Yes, in the routes, you change the route that is wrapping home page with private route.
This one.
Let me.
Yes, you can do that.
Yes, because the live share is not following. I don't know why, but here. Actually,
yeah,
I created inside
yeah, just one
inside
thing.
page.
We need to add this here,
Yeah,
so you can have access to that. So let's get
I don't know.
private
I
hub.
don't know if we need to put that in page. It's not actually a page, right?
Oh, sorry.
It's not actually a page, but okay,
It's not just, but just
just
for
for
us.
test.
Yeah, yes, just for us to understand what's going on, and then let's
Yeah.
just get that exactly. Yeah, perfect.
Yes.
But now homepage it's children from private house, and here you did component.
Yes. This has to be passed like that.
Nice. Yeah. Actually, it needs to be a component. No. Okay. Got it.
This
Yeah.
is gonna
Yeah.
work.
Got it.
In the login page, you can check if there's a from property coming from the props,
Mm-hmm.
and if you type the right credentials, you go to where you want to go, not the default page that is
Okay.
home
So
in our
logging.
case.
You mean that logging? It's going to receive here a from thing. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So we need to do this thing. To this, and this is gonna be from logging, and I need to get the prop types. I don't have. Okay, so this is gonna be a from. Okay.
Maybe we could create a second page dashboard, for example, just to see the behavior.
Yeah. Let's do that. So, and this should be here. Yeah, nice. There we go. So I have from what? It's not being used. Okay. So here I will do if from what I'm gonna do,
Yes.
I'm just going to do the.
You can history push from pipe slash.
But this is
I
gonna
don't know
be in
if
the
I
state.
don't,
This is gonna be in the state. I wouldn't get that from the props.
login. Yes, yes, yes. You're right.
So where do I get that from?
Uh, every children of React Rotterdam, the switch or the router. Let me see something very quick. Okay, every children of browser router. That means all of our application receive a property that is history, and inside of history uh, we have the state. I don't know if it comes
It's gonna be
in the
this
first
history.
position of the
Okay,
object,
got it.
but you can, yeah,
So
yes, this history I think it
yeah,
already has to
let's just
have that.
do that. So instead of using these, so let's remove these, and let's remove this because it's not going to come from the props. These, and let's just do
Yeah.
a console log here, and let's do the history. Okay, so we will understand what's inside the history with that, right?
Okay.
So now let's go here, and well, in the history we have all these. So we have action, go forward, back, listen, maybe location, state, it's undefined.
Yes,
Perfect.
because we don't have it.
Yeah, so if we do that, you go back and let's see what's in the location state. There you go. So we have from, and we have the path name. So what we are going to do here, if history dot let's check this, it's gonna be history dot location dot state. So if I have that, okay, so history location state, we are going to do the history push, okay, we're going to do the history push to it's gonna be history location state, okay, history location state dot from dot path name, dot from dot path name. Let's just check it. There you go. So let's try it. We come from what? Inspected. Okay. Because I did that both. Yeah, this is just like that. Okay. And as this is too big, it's going to complain. So let's just do.
Can I do something?
Of course.
I think I will put in the other line here. History. History. I think
Yeah,
this is gonna work.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Way better. Way better. Way better. There you go. So, we need to check for it. So let's go to logging and nice, it's getting. So if I do that, and then it's gonna send me to the, okay. So we are not sure if it's working or not, because we need another. Let's just copy these and paste it here. And as you ask me, let's create a dash.
You can remove the redirect, the push function that you have in the home page also.
You mean this one? Just like that, you know? That?
Yeah,
Okay, so let's just remove it.
if you type if you try to go to home without a token,
Yeah.
that means that is working, the redirect part.
Yes, it's still working. Nice. So what is that? Invalid proper location on type object supplied by private hold expecting string. Ah, okay. In the we did it wrong in the private thing, so this is not a string location, it's an object actually. There you go. Okay. So let's go to the home page. No, it's login page. Let's just remove that because we have that solved. Okay. And we'll go to the dashboard. And this is gonna be, instead of homepage, it's gonna be dashboard. Okay. And then we need to add these as just like that.
Welcome, Rafa. Big Bruno.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm getting bigger, getting fat every day.
Yeah. So let's just get that, and let's just add here, and let's add the dashboard, and let's just add it here. There we go. So we have the dashboard setup, and we can go to the out, and we can get the dashboard. There we go. And then you go to private health, gonna be this one, and this is gonna be dashboard, just like that, isn't it? And
Yes.
dashboard, we went to the dashboard, we were not allowed to do that, and then we were sent to login. This means that when I log in, I want to be sent back to the dashboard. Exactly what happens. And if I log out, if I try to go to the root folder and I try to log in, and it can send me to the root folder. Was that?
Yes, perfect.
Just one question.
Okay.
If I don't want, Alva said, good, okay. But a question: if I want to get to homepage, and homepage would be like a middle between something that is allowed and something that is not allowed. Just like, for example, I want to get to the homepage, but if I am logged in, I want to show some things, and if I'm not logged in, I want to show other things. So how would you do that?
It will not be a private halt then. Instead of use the private halt, you can just check if you have the token, if the user have the information. Because when I do the authentication, I have all the user information with me also.
Yeah.
So I have the permissions and everything saved in the browser. So you can have a first verification, and of course we have all the logic to of authorization in the API. but you can check the information and show some sections or they're not, and yeah, that private route is a guide for the whole page. Yes, the private route is for the whole page, and but if you just want to show some sections, you can do that. And the components, they could have uh, their own, how can I say, responsibility to do that. So if I have some section that is not allowed to be shown, uh,
So let's do that, and let's see
okay,
how would we solve that problem. Okay, so
okay,
let's think about homepage. Okay, and inside homepage we have a button. Okay, and let's do like a let's get a div here. Okay, div here. This is gonna be private. Okay,
okay.
and there you go. Right now, it's showing private. Okay. And the thing is, if now let's make the homepage be just like that. Let's just do that.
In my case, I like to use the provider, right? Because I can easily but what you have is actually some a provider too, because you have the context, né? And use my context, that and that context have the function. You can keep that function to manage. So you can this function will manage the private sections and pages that is public.
Okay, so how would I, in your opinion or in your idea, how would I hide these when I'm not logged in?
What was the function that you had?
It's the in the
Open that for us. I can do that. I forget all the time.
yeah, this one.
Who choose?
Yeah.
Check log your game.
You know that you can go to the live share and then you right click on my
Yes.
name and
Yeah.
go follow,
I will do that now.
and
Okay.
then
Follow
whatever,
participants
yeah,
to
whatever I go,
confirm.
you will go together.
Now I got it. Now it's working. Uh, we can change the function to return a boolean.
Yeah, just like, yeah, yeah. It will just return the, yeah. We can remove everything. You can just do. You can
Yes,
actually,
I know.
yeah, return with two things. So yeah, yeah.
Uh, it's not a problem if he returns the token too, but
Actually, you
I
don't. It's just a check. No, 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 no. You can do that. Yeah, okay, okay. You can do that.
yes, because return is the token. So okay,
Got it?
double.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna make this a true or false. Yes, just like,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yes.
it's gonna
I
just,
I like I like to do that with arrays too. I do something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So you're
I like.
gonna, yeah.
Uh,
So you
is
don't, we don't need,
that
yeah, we don't need that anymore.
okay? We don't need it in my.
Yeah.
We,
And actually,
okay.
you gave me an idea. We could actually do that. You go to the use my context, okay, and we will get these. We will get these. So I will copy these, and then I go to use my context, and I will do something like is law.
Was says
So
that,
get in.
by the way,
There you go.
check login reads better as is logged in.
Check logged in. It reads better than it's logged in. Okay. I will accept the Alba's
You just
idea.
did.
Yeah. Check logged in and buy Albas. There we go. You just
I think it means the is the better way.
got it. Yeah. Nice. He's logged in. Yeah. Perfect. I will keep the buy Albas. I will keep the buy Albas anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I will just keep it.
Um,
Your name is here with us, Albas. Now you will be in the repository,
if you
some way, somehow. Okay. So now
if
I can get
you
these from.
yeah,
So let's go back to
if
the.
you have some kind of authorizations, of course the function will be bigger, but we just
Yeah.
need to check if the token exists or not.
Yeah. So I'm just going to do that.
Yes, perfect.
So let's check it.
Maybe we need to change the private house to this route.
Yeah, I'm just there we go. So it's not there anymore. Nice. Let's just log in and see. There we go, private. And if I log out, let me just log out without doing that and see what happens. Log out. I need to refresh the page. Yes, because the function, it's not a state, it's not going to render when I log out. Well, I'm not going to think about this because it's not important for the whole process. But it actually working.
And again, maybe someone is thinking, and if I go to the browser and type anything to token, just put a token equals to 123.
Yeah,
This is just to controlling what you are seeing. All the content that is sensitive, that is
exactly.
private, you need to uh, validate in the server. That
In the
is
server.
where is the content
Exactly.
is being saved and being returned. So
Exactly.
this is just to visualization.
Exactly. And the front end, um, actually, this is one of the most sensible part, the front end, because the front end will be running in the user house, so the user can do whatever it wants with the information, with the pages. There's a lot of people that just use, for example, a ad block, and then they just edit the page to remove the ad block and things like that. So when the page goes to the client, the security there, it's not that good. So because the client can do whatever it wants with the once the page it's there. And but what I believe that what Bruno is trying to say and explain to us is, of course, that if you add some token, the page will render the thing. But for example, if it was a user list, for example, in order to get the user list, it would get it would get the token and send the token to the backend and say, hey, give me the user list. The backend would say this token is invalid, and we will treat that in the next slides. But when you receive an invalid token, I would actually try to get the refresh token. If I don't have that, I will just clean everything, all the information, and send the user back to login page, for example. Alba said, can you also protect that through lazy loading?
I don't think it's it's a good idea. I think the better way is to prevent that
No,
checking the
yeah,
token.
no, but
You
what
will
he's
see if in this.
yeah, but what he's
Okay.
I don't know, but I believe that what he's saying is, you can use lazy loading in the components. The lazy loading is, the component will just load if it's required to. So when the component is required to load, it's going to call the backend to ask for the component, you know, and then it will be rendered. So when you
Okay.
ask the backend to do that for you, but the thing is, when you want to control all the lazy loadings and all the components in your application, you can actually do that, but it's gonna be a lot of work, and I don't know if it's
You
really
with lazy
necessary.
Yes, with lazy loading, you can prevent the query to be fired if you to be executed if you don't have the token. But the verification, if the user has the privileges to see the data, all that logic must be in the server, in the
Yeah,
API.
in the API. So uh, if you really want to protect your application, uh, do the best as you can in the API, and do the best as you can, of course, in the front end as well. But the API is where the security is the main thing. I've had requirements for that before, not only hide through authentication, but also authorization from different partners. Yes, I got it. So, but you can, yeah, you were right, Albus. Uh, you
The
can, but what he's trying to say is, and this lazy loading, if I'm not, if I don't mistake, you can do the lazy loading through the house. So you will just, I will do that in lives in the future. This is one of the things that I will do.
we
But
we
you,
actually already have that infrastructure. Do you remember that we are saving the privileges in the token?
yeah,
We have an array of privileges. Uh, I like to save all the data, user data information inside of the local storage too, so I can see inside uh, of that object of the user if he has the privilege, so I can hide some sections of the page.
yeah.
So we can have also a function to validate if the user has the privilege to see the section.
Yeah, but the user
And
could actually change the token as well to add that, because the user data
what
information,
you mean?
you can get a JWT token, for example,
Okay.
Insomnia. You can get a JWT token, just like this one, for example, and you can just go to a JWT IO.
Okay, but if I change anything in that, the
The token
token
is
will
not
not be
valid
valid
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah, exactly. The token
Yeah.
is not valid anymore, and I can
Uh,
check if the
I
token is
can
valid.
I can see the section, okay, but the data will not be loaded because I my token will not be validated
Yeah, I
in the
could
server.
do
What it
that, for
is doing.
example, isn't it? I could do
Maybe
something.
maybe in the platform that you were working in the time, Albus, have some section about I don't know, user list. And the user list, just some users can see the user list. Even if the person goes to the local storage and change the permissions, when you send the request to the server, uh, the data will not be returned. So the section will be showed, but won't have any data. Will
Yeah.
not have any data.
And there is another thing. It's not that the section will be shown. We will work that in the next lives, but the GraphQL gives you a loading. This means that when you request something to the backend, in the moment that you request something to the backend, you will have access to the loading. So the component actually would not render; it render a loading. When you have the data will be rendered. So the client will be blocked with a loading until it has the data. So the backend will fetch will check the token and think this token is not valid. So if the token is not valid, I will send back to the client, hey, this token is not valid. The client will just clean everything and kick the user to login because the user is doing something nasty, for example. So this is what it could be done. For example, instead of uh, instead of showing any kind of thing, any kind of section, any kind of component, we just show the loading. And when the loading solved, we will do all the other things. We could.
Yes, but I think you almost got me wrong. I'm trying when I say that the user can see the section, is just if he manually goes to the browser and change his permissions inside of the user data.
Yeah.
But yes, you can see in the browser if the user object side of the permissions, he has the permissions, and create a function just like is user logged in, or we can create a function that is check if the user has permission and a parameter receiving the permission that we want to check. And to render the component, you use the function that will check read users. Uh, the user has this permission, check in the browser local storage. And the browser local storage will say we don't have the user don't have the permission, the section will not be showed. Did you? I don't I don't know if I'm clear. My English is not
Yeah.
perfect, but
No, it's well, at least for
okay.
me, it's clear. What I want to try, what I want to try, it's in the homepage. I have these private things. Okay, so I will create a organism. Okay, so let's create an organism, a new folder. It's gonna be users, user, I don't know, user list. Okay, and then new file. This file is gonna be index index.jsx. Okay, and then let's just do the regular react from react. Okay, and then const user list. It's gonna be a function, and then export default user list. Okay, and what I need to do, I want to use these. So if I send okay, so let's log in, and then users, you're not authorized. Okay, so I need to go to the users table, and I want to make my user be a admin. Save it. Nice. So let's go back to the insomnia, let's log in again, and let's make the users. You should validate first. Okay, so let's make it null. where is that edit? Yeah, here it is. Set to new and save it. Nice. So user login, let's log in users, and wow, finally I've got the user. Okay, so what I want to do here in the user list, I want to do this actually. So I'm just gonna copy it, okay, and I will go to the GraphQL and I will add a new folder called queries, okay, and inside of queries a new folder called what's the name of that? Users. So let's create a new folder called users, okay, and let's just copy the mutation because paste it, okay, then I will just copy these, then this is gonna be here. There you go. So I don't need any of these. I just have these, and this is gonna be users, okay. And now I want to new file index.js, and then is it default? Yes. So export these from users, okay, and then the default as users. Nice. And now of course I'm just going to export everything from users, what? Queries. Queries, there we go. Nice. And then I will go back to user list and I will import from Apollo client, and it's gonna be, this time it's gonna be use query, okay, and const, then I receive it's gonna be use query, and then I need to pass a query. So let's import the query, okay, from it's gonna be GQL, and this is gonna be it's gonna be users, okay, and then let's just get that and put it like here, and then let's get the users, and then loading, and then error, okay, oh, error, there we go. So I'm going to receive users, loading, and not users, I'm sorry, data loading in there. Yeah, data loading in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to return, okay, let's get a div in here. Where did you get the div? So give me the div. Okay, so I just going to return a div. Let's gonna do that. Oh, sorry. So this is gonna be data dot users. Let me just check data users, and let's just add the ID. Okay, there we go. And if error, return the div saying error, and let's do the same thing. If loading, it's going to return loading. Okay, there we go. So now I have a user list. It's connected to the backend and retrieving all the user list. Okay, and as this is an organism, let's just export the default as user list from user list. There we go. So I have this user list, it's in the organisms and it's all exported. So now I can go to home page, and here I will import user list. There we go. I can get.
Yes, Albers, that I was going to say. Maybe you're gonna have an error in the user list component because you are not mapping the list.
Hmm?
You are not mapping the list.
Ah, right. So let's just get the 0. There we go. Just got it. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Albas.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just getting the first one because I don't care. I just want to test all the things that we have. So let's re-render it. Let's just go to the login again. Then I have an error. What's the error? Network. You're not authorized to do that? How I'm not authorized to do that? Of course again. Breno. Let's just clean now. This is called the login. You're not authorized. How I'm not authorized? I just did that. There we go. Then users. What? Wait, what? Ah, of course. of course. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. What? In the Apollo config, we need to pass the token.
The token.
Yeah. So if we want to do that, that's gonna be Apollo link, and it's gonna be. So okay, let's just get that because you need to do something like that, and then the set contacts come from the Apollo link contacts. I believe that if I'm not set, it's not okay, no problem. So I can get it from Apollo link contacts. So Apollo link contacts, and I need to add it. What is? I'm doing all here, and I should be done in the other browser. So let's just delete it all. And just come here and close it. Okay. So let's just go to the Apollo config. Okay, there we go. So I need to add this library. So let's just do that. Docker execute iterative SPA and yarn add this thing. Then yeah, I don't need that. Why would it be the URL? Yeah. Oh, you need to do that. So this is gonna be this one. So this is gonna be this one, and then I need to do the create upload link. Okay. The create upload link comes from create upload link. Do I have it here? Create upload. No, I don't. Okay, I need another library, and it's this library. There you go. to no, yeah, and now I need to add this one to the project. So let's do the same thing, and then let's do that, and let's save it. Nice. So there we go. It's in there.
I must say that we have the context inside of the Apollo client now.
Yes. What I'm doing here with all this coding and all these things is I will create a link with authorization. So I will just set the context to Apollo, and I will just return the readers. So whatever headers Apollo already has, it will be there, plus the authorization. So if I have the token, it's gonna use the token. If it's not, it's gonna just be empty. Okay?
But take a look in the chat. I think you don't need the Apollo link context library. Maybe you can take it from the Apollo client library.
Yes, but I don't have the set context here. Set context. I don't have it. There is no set context.
No, but it's not in the root. Is in the Apollo / client / link / context. Take a look in the chat. Take a look in the chat.
Link context. Got it. Nice. So let's just it doesn't have.
No?
Oh no, it's set context. I'm sorry. Yes, set context. There you go. So I could just like do remove that, so I can remove this one. Okay. So let's do the same thing. Yarn remove this, and then let's remove it. Okay, and then I have the set context that I don't need anymore, and there we go. We can get it from Apollo client. I believe that Apollo it's how can I say, putting all the things together inside the Apollo client, but I was not used to that. I was used to have different libraries from different things, but it's nice that everything is the same library.
Yes,
And now
because almost in almost every project we need all of these libraries.
yeah, it still have an error. What's the error? Cannot post to GraphQL. What's getting GraphQL? What? I don't use GraphQL. Why is it going there? What? Log out. Let's try to log in. I don't use that. Why is that there now? What?
What is
It's just automatically adding /GraphQL, and I don't do that. And I don't know why. Let me just try something. Instead of doing that, I would just.
why do we need the create upload link?
Mm,
Maybe could be that. You
it's
in the
yes, it's
line
to yeah, it's to
18, you are concatenating the
I believe that's
create
the
upload link.
yeah. Let me just try to do something. Let's add this and check for the all the things. And I just don't know why. What?
think instead of the create upload link.
Yes, I just added back this to check
Yeah.
if the GraphQL is. Pedro P. Cruz, welcome to the God Stack. Welcome to the live.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I write something?
yeah. Yes, it was just yeah. I don't know why it's getting from GraphQL now. It shouldn't add these automatically because I don't do that. I just get from directly from the server. So I direct from the root folder. I don't know why it's just adding automatically if I don't uh, I don't require that to do it. So HTTPL. Well, this one comes from the environment. So what is that? Yes, it does not have. Why the hell this is doing that? Ah, it's getting from the SPA. SPA? Wait. It completely changed my... Why? Well, I'm just doing the create upload link. Maybe it's the create upload link that's doing that. Let me just check. Create upload link. Use mutation. Yeah. What's the create upload link? Creates okay. I don't want to do that actually. I just want. Let me just see in the how they are logging in. So Apollo client should it point
Did you
yeah
did you
yeah but
already click
yeah it's HTTP API URL, so it's the right one. So it's
yes,
API.
but in the AV file.
Huh?
Yes, it's
No,
right.
it's right because it's in the environment. So it's the right one.
Uh,
It's just changing. I don't know why. Apollo client token. Let's just do that, and then they will have this. Because I didn't set the URL. Outlink concat HTTP link. They changed it a lot. Okay, so let's do that. So let's just copy these. Got it. And let's just do that. Okay, and the URL. Let's save it, and instead of let's just do export const client. There we go. So let's import the from environment, and then let's just get the HTTP API. Okay, and the URL, it's gonna be this. Okay, maybe this is gonna work. Let's just think with us. So I have the set context, I have created a TP link from all of that, and I don't need both of the libraries that we added, so I can remove remove the Apollo link context. Let's just remove it. And we can remove the other one. So it's Apollo link context, Apollo plot client, yeah, this one. Yeah, and remove. I can remove this one. Nice. So let's save it. File it, compile. What you? Yeah, this is because I added a lot of library and then I believe that this is what it's about. So let's just go down and go up again. And we just remove that because I don't use the filter. Okay. Compile is successful, perfect. So let's just do that again. Try to log in, perfect. It's logging and it's getting the number. If I log out and go back to the there you go. So I will not receive it. Well, so let's check the idea, the hacking idea. So let's create a token, and this is gonna be like something like that. So what would it happen? It will show me error. Exactly, because the token is invalid. So if I try to do that, the backend it's not going to send me any information. It's just going to send there is an error, and the error is invalid token, and I will not see the component. I will just see the error message. So we did all of that in the end. All these that we've done, it was just to check what happens if the person just creates a token and put in there just like by hand. So the component will not be rendered. As you can see in the components, so if you go to the pages and go to the home page, for example, yes, like this one, and then you go to the user list, and then you go to the organisms, and then you go to the user list. Before these would be rendered, this would never be rendered because this return would be first. So this would be returned first. So the client would never see these kind of things. Okay, so it will never get in there in this component because this would render first. Okay, so let's just try to log in with a user that it's here. I just want to, how do I do, yeah, this one is load 3G, okay, and then let's just do that again. I just want to see if the loading thing appears. Yes, there you go, loading and then the component. Okay, so this is what it's going to happen. This is what is going to happen with the application. So it's going to first do the loading, and it's not going to appear anything, and then it's going to show anything for me. What do you think about that, Bruno?
It's nice. Now you can add a spinner. I would say that now you can add a spinner component.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be good.
Yeah.
I like. It's a preference to me to not doing requests side of the
Just
the
go next
components that is not pages.
Yeah, just
you know?
just make the microphone next to your voice and try
Okay.
again. Nice.
I forget about that. I have to buy a new.
Yeah.
It's a preference for me, but I don't like to make requests inside of the components. I like to pass the data from the parent to the child.
I didn't
I
understand. I'm sorry.
Do you know the user list? I
Yeah,
like to
this one.
actually. It's hard to have a user list component. Could be a user table, right? I don't like. Let's pretend that the user list is a user table,
Yeah.
and we have a user page. I don't like to the user table doing requests to the backend. I like to let
Ah,
the
yeah,
user
yeah,
page handle that,
yeah.
right?
But
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 uh,
in
but
this
it's,
in this specific case that we have the homepage, and
yeah,
we don't want the
yes, yes, yes,
homepage to
yes, yes.
get
I
this
got it.
information because
Yes,
it's this information will just be fetched if the person is logged in. So I will
yes.
just transfer the responsibility to the fetch to the user list.
But
Uh,
in that case, we could use the use lazy query.
yeah, yeah,
It's a possibility.
yeah. It's a possibility to use
Yeah,
the use lazy, yeah,
Be,
exactly. Lazy
because that
loading,
way
lazy loading,
we have
the lazy loading.
the function,
Yeah,
and the function will be executed just if we have the
exactly,
proper privileges.
exactly, exactly. We could do that here.
But
Uh,
it's nice. We learned a lot of things today.
yes, we did learn a lot of things today, and well, we will be we will just be from here, and I would just like to say thank you everyone that stay here. So we have Albus, we have Aten, we have Commander Root, we have Debs, we have Pedro, Packings, and all the other people. Thank you very much for being here with us. We will keep going. We keep doing that. We will keep improving, and sometimes I'm trying to teaching something. Sometimes Bruno's is trying to teaching something, and we are getting all our minds together to make this a real good tool that can, you know, give you
Yeah,
guys in the other side a good approach for everything. So we are building a real good infrastructure to use in any kind of projects. So you will be free to use that. This repository it's actually available, so you can get that. So it's TGS. There you go. The TGS. Let me just put into the. There you go. Yeah. So the TGS, it's the one that we are using in the live, but we have a more stable one. That's it's the God stack. So all these things that we are doing here, we are always passing it to the to the God stack repository. So you will be able to have access to that as well. So feel free to fork any of these. I would recommend you to fork the God stack repository because this one has more features. There's something that I'm changing with the lives that I will change in the future here as well. But all the process with the checking if you have uh, all the tests is passed and all of that, and it's going to the Docker Hub and all of that. We will do that live, but this is more complete. But if you want to follow the live, we will adding things to the project. You can just follow this one. That's the TGS one, and this one it's just like if I do something in the live, I send it to here. Do something live, send it to here. So you have both of the repositories. It's open. You can use it, whatever. But I would recommend it if you really want to use one. Use the Godstack one because it's the one that is more stable. Okay, so thank you everyone for this wonderful wonderful stream. I see you the next Thursday. Every Tuesday and Thursday we will be here from in Brazil it's from 6 to 8, and in Europe it's from 10 to midnight. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bruno, for being
You
here
all
with me
guys.
as well.
And
And
thank
yeah,
you all guys.
see you
See
in
you.
the next live. Bye bye.
Bye bye.